All right, so one brief, 7 technologies. Can technology save marketing? Marketing's not really broken, but we thought that was a kind of nice thing to get people's attention. What we have is 7 different tech companies in a row. I'll introduce them all at the appropriate time. They've all, about 2 weeks ago, received the same brief from Michelle Katz from Unilever, and she'll introduce herself at the appropriate time as well. Technology can assist marketing. Here are 2 very well-known examples. Tesco turned subways into shopping centres through augmented reality. Everyone knows these things. And we've got the kind of the 12th Force example there as well of turning sales assistants into sales support people. Both of those are really fantastic examples. I'm amazed that we haven't, that it still feels like the whole tech integration into marketing is happening a lot slower than it is, than I expected it to be. And so one of the reasons why I've got these guys on stage is to see how applicable we can make technology to marketing. There's 2 key reasons why Naked has decided to do this as a topic on its speech, on its Umbrella 360, and these are 2 kind of key reasons. If you want to change behaviour, some people may have heard me rabbit on about this before. The old way in a passive communications landscape was try to change behaviour through thoughts, rational messaging, or through emotions, trying to make a brand connect with you emotionally, and then you go, oh God, that brand really understands me, and you trundle off and go buy the thing. In no other industry of behaviour change do we use those 2 techniques. And the reason why is because if you think about a school teacher or something, she doesn't try to talk at people. She doesn't just try to provide rational reasons why the kids should learn. She doesn't try to provide emotive reasons. She gets the kids, or he gets the kids interacting and building solutions together and changes behaviour through interaction. Marketing's never been able to do that, right? Because marketing's been a mass production followed by mass distribution followed by mass communications model. Then social media, the internet, personal technologies came along and made it possible for everything to be interactive. So all communications is now interactive, and because it is, that's the reason why we think we should always do it. But it's bloody hard to get an idea that's worthy of interacting with. It's much easier to passively push your message on somebody or pay to get the biggest band in the world to sponsor your brand or whatever. But, so to get an idea that's truly worth interacting with is difficult. You need better ideas, you need better insights, but we think it's worthwhile doing. It's worthwhile for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's one step closer to the ultimate behaviour change you want to make through a whole lot of psychological principles. The other really interesting thing is, if you can make somebody interact with you or act towards you, they'll change their thoughts and feelings to make sense of that action. So it actually does build an emotional connection as well. So when we see these 7 tech companies present, it's going to feel rational, it's going to feel very behavioural. But if you actually do these things that these guys are suggesting Rexona does, then you'll build an emotional connection as well. Now, to bring that to life a little bit, where's Adrian? Here's Adrian. Adrian has got a whole lot of gifts for everyone in the audience, and all you have to do to get a gift is just quietly, because there is no noise, play air guitar. And if you play air guitar, he'll give you a gift. It's cool, and that will happen for the duration of his presentation until the gifts run out. So, look at that, he's playing air guitar, and he likes me more because he's interacting with me. Or you, that's great. So there you go, thank you. All right, everyone get that point? That's point 1. Yep, that's going to be bloody distracting. Point 2, everybody asks, not everybody asks, sometimes the question gets raised, what does the agency model of the future look like? And I think it's all around the most important attribute for an agency of the future to have is being connected. And it's being connected to culture. Droga 5 last year managed to get Beyonce and who's the head of the UN at the moment? What's it? Ban Ki-moon. A few other kind of, sorry about that, Beyonce. A few other big wigs in culture. And that to me says, shit, that agency is pretty good at being connected with culture. That to me, if I was a client, I'll go, that's impressive. Being connected to brands. We saw Crispin Porter launch The Man Your Man Could Smell Like, and we launched how quickly It followed that up with a whole social media strategy around making specific ads for specific people and just staying in touch with that brand. And they've obviously got a very close working relationship with the brand. Third one's people, being connected with people. And this is where I think the prices are down, big red hand stuff is amazing. And Big Red, as an agency, must be connected to the populace. They must be really connected to how mainstream Australia thinks, because what they're doing appears to be working. And then the final one, which I think is really important, is for agents to be connected to other companies. And nobody can do everything these days. So if you're not aware of something, if you're not aware of a particular technology in this case, you can't recommend it as a solution to your clients. So they're the two reasons. Number one, we believe it's an interactive landscape. Everything should be interactive. Number two, we believe that companies should be hyper-connected in this day and age, and that's the reason why we've chosen this model. So these are the companies, and they're sitting in order. I'll let them introduce themselves. They've all got 4 minutes to present and pitch their idea, so that's 1 minute on them, 3 minutes on the solution. I have downloaded, because it's a technology thing, I've downloaded a clapometer. Okay, so at the end of each presentation, however loud you clap gets measured on this clapometer, and then you'll decide, or you'll inform the winner, and then Michelle will decide whether she wants to override you or go with your solution. Cool, and now can I introduce Michelle Katz, who's going to talk a little bit about the brief.
Thanks, Adam. Okay, so I'm from Unilever, and Rexona is one of our key brands. It's an amazing brand. It was actually born here in Australia about 50 years ago, and since it was born, it's always been the #1 leading deodorant in this market. So no small feat for maintaining that title for 50 years. The brand was very much built on a proposition and a philosophy around talking about that it will never let you down. We've had a long history with sports stars, but I think we've probably expressed the brand story more through bringing sport to life through spectators, watching sport. We now think the time is right for us to move from beyond just a spectator sport, but also to encourage participation. So we're moving our brand promise and philosophy from a "it won't let you down" claim to a proposition that actually encourages participation and encourages people to go out and do more. Because we obviously think when people go out and do more, it has a great opportunity for our brand to provide an answer to their need, and ideally we'll grow our brand and sell more cans of deodorant. So what we're really wanting to hear from the technology companies today is we really believe that there's an opportunity for us to move that shift from spectator sport to participation. So really looking forward to hearing how they're going to help solve our brand challenge.